Okay, hello everyone. We are live, both here on our webinar platform and also on our YouTube channel. So if you are watching us on YouTube right now, I invite you to register to this webinar by the link you see in the stream description, because only in that way you will be able to join the conversation and ask your questions to our speaker. So, welcome to the webinar. My name is Olena Gryniuk. I'm CE Director at the SME Banking Club, and I will be your host today. And today we speak about banking CRM. And my guest today is Jevrosima Zogovic, Head of Sales at Logate, which is a CRM developer from Montenegro. Hello, Jevrosima. Happy to have you today.
Hello, Lena. Happy to be here today with you and all our attendees.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. So before we go to the topic, let me very shortly mention the organizational information. So we plan our webinar for 45 minutes. We are recording this webinar, so right after we finish, you will receive the link to the video and the presentation as well. And we start from the presentation, and right after we will have time for a discussion and your questions and our answers. So please participate in that and type your questions in the chat, even during the presentations on as at once as you have once. So let's go to our topic. We decided to discuss banking CRM today, as it is a very important topic, actually one of the most important, I would say, for the banking area. And what we have now in the Central Eastern Europe region is that 50% of the banks implemented CRMs. And here I am talking mainly, referring mainly the departments that are working with the SME or business customers. So another 50% still use Excel files to manage their relationships with their SME customers. So let's discuss this, whether there's a big or small number after in the second part of our webinar. And probably Jevrosima will share today their experience and business cases with their implementations. We did the webinar at the beginning of this year on the topic of CRM, and I gave several examples. I will share them with you when banks implemented CRMs, and this was mainly their in-house development. And what I would like to stress here is that if you talk about the effective implementation of CRM, so this is always a combination of strategy. So everything starts from the strategy, then of course the culture, people, and the technology itself. So let's discuss it. Yevrosima, I'm ready to pass a microphone to you. Please share what is your CRM about, and I think we will be glad to also to hear and watch about your examples, and let's discuss how to implement effectively CRM in the banks in the second part of the webinar. So you're welcome.
Thank you, Olena, and thank you all for joining Olena and me today for the presentation of our CRM solution. As Olena already said, my name is Jevrosima Zogovic, and I'm Head of Sales at Logate. I hope that even if you're not currently actively looking for a CRM solution, this really can be a useful and interesting webinar for you and your bank. And before we get deeper into the talk about our solution, I would like to use this opportunity to briefly introduce Logate to you. Logate is a software company from Montenegro, which is a small, beautiful country in Balkans. So in case you haven't visited yet, please, I highly recommend to come and visit us. Logate is a growing company of more than 70 employees and 2 branch offices, one here in Montenegro, in Podgorica, and one in Vienna, Austria. We create software solutions for telecoms and banks, managing a base of over 20 million end user accounts on a daily basis. But when it comes to banks specifically, we had 12 implementations of our solution in banks in Montenegro and Serbia, some of which are currently in progress. And now I would like to move on to some main issues, some main problems we encountered in banking industry, and of course, like most important, the reason why we developed our software solution. So now I will point out some biggest pains, some biggest problems in the banking industry. And in case you are familiar with this, in case you are dealing with this kind of problem right now, please hit some reaction button or post a comment or whatever, so that I know that I'm not posing some rhetorical point outs, or that I know that you are still here with me. So I'll start. First one, employees use notebooks, Excel, and other systems to complete one single task. Oh, sounds painful, really. The bank has difficulties tracking KPIs. Does this one sound familiar to you? Well, KPIs problem is something we keep encountering over and over again, but not only how to measure those KPIs, but how to motivate your employees to stay on track. That's the real challenge here. The bank has a decentralized system for managing communication with clients. Well, the feeling is like you see the communication is spread all over the place, and there is no integration between communication channels. And in today's market conditions, that really is a huge problem, because your client wants to receive personalized message from your bank. And your client cannot count on that one in case you have decentralized communication with your client. So this is one of the biggest problems we encountered while collaborating with many banks during all these years. And of course, the bank's management finds reporting exhausting. This one is a symptom of many problems I already mentioned. When you have decentralized communication, and when you have to use multiple systems in order to complete one single task, that is really exhausting. So it takes so much time to pull up some reports and track the progress. And if you are not dealing these problems in the right way, if you are not trying to resolve this problem in a proper manner, then you get these results. So the only resource you have, in case you have decentralized communication, in case you need to use many solutions to complete one single task, is that you have so much pointless work that leads to lower profit or no profit at all, or you don't gain expected profit. Also, how your employees spend their working day is crucial. Time is really our most valuable asset, so let's make it efficient. Let's use as many time as possible to complete as much work possible while keeping the quality of service at the highest possible level. If you have decentralized communication, and if you don't use your tools properly, if you have so much redundant tasks that are not automated, you really give off an image of an old-fashioned bank, and that really can be noticed quite easy nowadays. And of course, it's important to emphasize at this point that your competition today are not only other banks, but also technology companies who perfected their communication tools. So you should be aware of that fact as well. And on the other side, the customer experience leads to higher level of loyalty and higher profitability. And we keep seeing this over and over again. And this study published in UK Finance is a proof of that point. So just imagine that the way how you create your online presence is crucial. So here we are. That is the main reason we developed our CX360, a specialized banking CRM solution. Now you may wonder what our solution does. Well, it really automates redundant tasks, and that is really one of its most important benefits. But also we went a step further and integrated our solution with many other third-party solutions. For example, with omni-channel contact center solutions, we also have our own contact center solution. We provided high level of integration of those two solutions. And once you integrate, once you enforce all your tools and integrate them together, then you're really able to use the full potential of digitalization. And that is what differs you from your competition. Also, I would like to emphasize at this point of our presentation that our solution is modular. So in case you are interested in purchasing, let me tell you at this precise moment that there is no need to purchase the whole complete solution, but you can purchase module by module. But the prerequisite for implementation is integration with core banking system or data warehouse in order to establish data load between core or data warehouse on the one side and our CRM solution on the other side. And of course, that load finally results in basic functionality of our solution, which is 360 client view. I would like now to, before we we step to demo presentation, I would also like to explain this 360 client view, some main characteristics of it. Data from core banking system or data warehouse are usually taken over using CSV files, but scope of the data that is displayed on our 360 client view depends on your preferences. You define the scope of data that you want to be shown on 360 view, and you provide us with segmentation of all these data. And of course, after the initial implementation of the solution, it is very easy. It is very like fast to enlarge that data scope. So there is no need for huge engagement of Logate personnel to do that change, that enlargement of data that are displayed on CX360, or concrete, to be more precise, on 360 client view. And of course, before I move on to the solution demo, I would also like to share some testimonial from our clients regarding their usage and their experience in using our software solution. So this is a testimonial we got from our colleague Mile Grbin from NLB Bank in Podgorica, which is a member of NLB group from Slovenia. And this is his testimonial regarding their usage of sales module we implemented for them within our CRM solution. And also, I would like to share another testimonial we got from our colleague Marija Glišić from Naša AIK Banka, or ex-Sberbank Serbia, regarding their usage and their satisfaction of using our debt collection module, which is named Loan Tracking System, or shortened LTS. This bank was recently acquired by AIK Group in Serbia. So from 1st December, they started operating under one single name, AIK Bank Serbia. And now I would like to move on to the demo, but before I share the solution demo with you, I would like to emphasize this would be like high level solution demo, since we are limited with time today, but also I would like to use this opportunity to tell you that we are at your complete disposal to organize more detailed demo presentation, personalized demo presentations for you and your colleagues, for any department in your bank who may find this solution interesting for improving their operational business, their daily tasks or whatever. So I'll now start with demo presentation, and of course, please feel free to ask us everything which you may find interesting, since after the demo presentation we also will have a Q&A session with me and Olena. So let me just switch to demo. It's here. So since I assume that many of you are in some way related to sales operations, I will start my demo presentation with sales module. So here you see a dashboard for a module of managing sales. Sales module is intended to be used by sales department, especially for SME and corporate clients. And this is a dashboard where bank employee inserts all the sales opportunities, regardless of if they're related with existing banking clients or potential clients, and we track like any interest that existing client or potential client shown regarding some bank service or product. In case I'm a salesperson who uses this solution, I can really track my sales opportunity through its life cycle phases. And it's important to say here that the bank is the one who defines which stages of sales opportunity life cycle this one particular lead shall pass in order to be completed, or in order to be rejected, or whatever happens at the end. Of course, this dashboard also can serve to arrange meetings or some other type of activities with a specific client, so that you get that you're sure that you don't avoid any sales opportunity. You don't miss the opportunity to speak with not even one single client among many clients you need to contact. So, for example, like here at this calendar, you can arrange some event in the near or in the far future in order not to avoid any sales opportunity. This is a user dashboard, and of course here I can personalize my view by using these filters. In case I don't like Kanban and these drag and drop functionalities, I can switch to tabular view, like grid view, so I can see my sales opportunities I'm in charge of in this way. And of course, in settings, by avoiding or choosing some parameters, I also do a specific personalization of my dashboard. Of course, once I set up my dashboard, I I can also export all these data in adequate Excel file or a PDF file in order to have ready reports for further reporting of my manager, or I don't know, whatever you need further for any analytics or reporting. Of course, from this dashboard, I can also create new sales opportunity or create new lead. I would like to say this is something that stands for the complete demo solution. It's in English language, but some data might be displayed to you in our local language. That is because we are using our test base. So in case you see some Montenegrin words or some funny names here, that is our test base, but don't worry, we completely support any kind of localization for your needs. I would like also, since I'm also still here at sales module, I would also like to show you some statistics. We also created some standard reports that are like universal sales reports any salesperson or any manager of sales department needs. But also, if you have some report that you see is missing here and you may require it, we can also implement it during the solution implementation. And of course, you see here some diagrams, but also all these data that build these statistics can be exported in adequate Excel or PDF file for further analytics and reporting purposes for top management or for reporting to the banking group you belong to or whatever. I would also like to show you one additional feature. That feature stands for the complete solution. Wherever you are in our solution, you can easily switch to 360 client view. For example, I will choose like this client and go to his 360 view. So I can see here, as I already mentioned, bank is the one who provides data and segmentation of data you want to be displayed for the particular client. And all that data we get from core banking system or data warehouse is displayed at this upper left part of the 360 client view. So as you can see, here are many details you find relevant to be displayed on 360 view. Of course, to mention again, we are at your complete disposal to organize a more detailed demo presentation in case you find anything of the mentioned functionalities interesting for further discussion. And here you can see all the bank services and products that this particular client purchased or uses. I see here that this client has some accounts, has some loans that would be interesting also for further demo presentation. But when talking about sales opportunities related to this client, I can see that there is some sales opportunity regarding debit card. That's Montenegrin words for debit card. So our client showed interest in obtaining debit card. So we now are considering his request, and I can see that that request was taken by employee number 6. Through standard communication channels created today for the purpose of this demo, of course. And I can see some history or some historical sales activities that are related to this particular client. And I have to do I see that I need to make a phone call with this client. I can see when I want to organize that call to insert some comments, to upload some relevant files, and to maybe to agree some additional activity after this. And also I can comment in general all the sales process regarding this client. I can upload documentation. In case I need to go to vacation, I can transfer this sales opportunity to my colleague to consider it further until my return, and many other functionalities that really can be shown to you in some detailed demo presentation. And of course, as I already mentioned, you can arrange any activity through a calendar. And since I'm here, and since I find this client interesting for our other module, I would like to keep your attention on this screen with some changes. Also one of the modules of our solution is debt collection. So we created a module which is dedicated to manage debt collection processes in early and late or soft or and hard debt collection. What is interesting about this particular module is that was like standalone solution many years ago, since this was our starter in fintech industry, and the main the initial functionality of this solution, this debt collection solution, was this 360 client view. So after collaborating with many banks, after getting great experience in dealing with problems and resolving banking problems using software solutions, we came up to the idea of developing also additional CRM modules around this 360 view. So now our debt collection moved from a single solution to module of the larger solution. I would like to say that processes of debt collection are automated. Some processes, for example, process of sending SMS, process of sending written warnings, process of sending emails are completely automated tasks. And what is interesting about that automation is that we integrate with with third-party solutions, for example, with SMS provider, with your email and other solution, in order to execute those tasks without need of including any employee from your side. But also other processes of debt collection, which are not completely automated. They're really automated in order that you get a task, or you get some things to do when it comes to the point that you need to do some activity in order to proceed with that task further. I will show you here, for example, this is a loan that this client has, and of course I get some data regarding this loan from your core banking system or your data warehouse, and segmented as you want it, so you can see all the relevant details about this client loans here. And of course, in case there are some activity that needs to be done regarding the debt collection from this client, I can see it here. So I have some call to do regarding this client, and I can also insert the result of that call with my client. Here, when it comes to that specific process of calling client in debt collection purposes, I would like to mention that we integrate with contact center solutions. And of course, since we developed our own omni-channel contact center solution named Connect, we made a step further regarding integration of the two solutions. So we provided bank employees with possibility to use contact center solution to insert the result of the call, and behind that data is transferred to CX360, where that process keeps on going until its final termination. Also, I can see what I have to do regarding debt collection on this general solution dashboard. So, for example, I can see this same client. I see here in my tasks that I need to call this client for debt collection purposes. I would like to mention also something that stands also for the complete solution. What is displayed depends on the user who is logged in the system. If I log in as a salesperson, I'll see only some sales opportunities or sales activities that I'm in charge of. But in case I log in as a organizational unit manager, I can see all the sales activities and all the sales opportunities that are for which my team members are in charge of. The same is for statistics. If I'm the manager, I see, or of the organizational unit, I see the complete statistics for that particular organization unit. And in case I'm just simple user like salesperson or any other bank employee, I see statistics that are done upon the things I'm in charge of. Also, I would like now to switch to one additional module, very interesting one, which is managing complaints. Complaints module is really like typical ticketing system. Where ticketing system where every bank employee can insert a problem that some client reported. Depending on the type or subtype of the complaint, the bank is the one who defines the deadlines for resolving such a complaint. Also, if some type or subtype of complaint needs needs some experts from different bank departments in order to be resolved, that also can be provided within our solution, and that is the functionality we enabled for the bank through that administration functionality. Also, as for sales, the statistics is also available for all complaints module to manage all complaints. And as I already said, you can export all these data into adequate Excel file in order to see what are the data behind these diagrams. In case you find any additional statistics relevant, which you don't find here, for example, we can also add it during the solution implementation. Also, I would like to say that we have a functionality of, or this tab, internal complaints, which means that this is useful in case you notice some if you're a bank employee and you notice some problem, for example, the POS terminal doesn't work or something like that, you can report it before the client does, so you resolve it in time. Also, you can use these internal complaints tab for some internal ticketing system. For example, I would need some assistance from bank IT department or something like that. I can also use these internal complaints for that purpose. That are the main modules. We also provided. We also created a module for tracking tasks regarding know your customer and anti-money laundering checks. So it's like similar to complaints. You get your tasks at the Know Your Customer dashboard. For example, there is expired ID for your client. You need to contact your client in order to obtain the new document or the additional documentation, or in case of AML checks, to provide you with some documentations. That is also possible through the system, because we get data from your data warehouse or your core banking system, which then trigger some workflows regarding these checks. Also, there is functionality within this Know Your KYC and AML Task Manager that is some early warning system functionality. In case you set up some relevant parameters, you can see that your client starts behaving like some other client that is in debt, even though if that client is completely if completely behaves good, if I can say it like that. For example, if that that client does not receive any payments for 3 months, now you can contact your client, and of course you can contact your clients and client, and of course check what is happening, and maybe do some rearrangements of banking services and products for that precise customer in order to avoid his misbehavior, if I can say it like that. I would also like to say that the complete parameterization of processes and some other parameterization is up to bank. So we provide bank with functionality of parameterization. For example, a parameterization of debt collection processes, where you define that you send SMS on a 3rd day or 5th day or 9th day of being client being in debt or whatever. So that parameterization and that personalization is up to you. This is like high level solution demo for these available modules for now, but our development does not ends here. We are soon to have many other modules and features. So we always build more and more about our solution. And of course, what is important to say that this is not our only fintech solution. We also have many other solutions that can be used to build around the core banking system in order to provide your customers with the best satisfaction level possible, while also keeping the satisfaction of your employees at a highest possible level by using this potential of full digitalization of everyday work. So that would be a high level presentation, and of course I'm completely available for all your questions, and I am happy to be able to discuss it further with all of you.
Thank you very much, Jevrosima. Thank you for a detailed presentation. We had one question from Dennis, and I see that Jovan and you actually mentioned it in your presentation, that yes, you can localize in any language, so
Yeah.
adapted. And also just wanted to comment to Arna. Thank you for your comments and about AI in banking. This is not the precise topic of today's webinar, but we did several webinars on this topic this year. We plan some for the next year. So let's get in touch after the webinar and discuss how we can help you with this topic. So let's get back to the CRM. We still have some time to answer your questions, so please type them in the chat. And I will take I will take this time and Jevrosima ask you questions from my side. Well, first of all, I would like to get back to that number that I mentioned at the beginning, that 50% of the banks here in the region implemented CRMs. So for me, this is not a big number. So for me, this is only 50%. I do hope that this will change, because if customer is in the focus of a banking strategy, what we call a customer centric banking, right? So the CRM is really a must have. So you really can't do in context of customer business and life and real-time relationship without digital tool for that. So my question to you will be, as you are working on the topic with the banks on everyday basis, what do you see are the main challenges for the banks to implement the CRM? What stops them?
Well, um, according to our experience in collaboration with banks and in implementing our solution, that those factors can be separated into groups of factors that influence the implementation of CRM solution. One set of factors is before making the decision to go with the CRM project implementation. Those can be various reasons for not going into implementation. For example, your banking groups has some arrangement with some vendor that you need to fit your bank into their CRM, and you don't have the possibility of purchasing the CRM solution you want. Also, you for example purchased the CRM solution like 2 years ago, and it's not right time for make the change. Also, specific cases that are like short-term reasons for not being able to implement also can be related with some obstacles regarding law, regarding monetary politics of your country. For example, we had migration from kuna to euro in Croatia, which is ongoing and will be the main topic in Croatia during the probably the complete next year. So they're like they don't have the possibility to do anything else but
Resources,
thinking
right?
about migration to euro. So there are many different kind of obstacles at the very beginning when you are thinking about improving something in this part of your business. But also when it comes to implementation, when you decide to go in the project, there are some obstacles you find in your bank. Some of them can be like there is no dedicated team on the bank side. There are no project sponsors that will like motivate employees to use the new solution. Then employees always show resistance in like
Yeah.
90% of cases. They show resistance to new technologies, to new ways of doing the same job, because they're used to Excel, they're used to old-fashioned solutions, they're used to some a way of doing their business. So they're like frightened
Yeah.
with that new solution.
Can
And
be
of course,
difficult. Right, right.
yes, those are like some main reasons, main obstacles when implementing not only CRM but any other solution which aims to help you do your job better, not to replace you, but do your job
Right.
better, be more efficient, and have a better working day than you have it right now. So that is the goal.
Mm-hmm. When it is already a decision, because I think actually CRM should be one of the main pillars if bank is thinking about digital strategies. So this should be one of them, because this is about customers. What could be more important, right? So when there is a decision on a strategic level that yes, there is a decision to implement CRM, several questions connected to that. So first of all, if banks implement with you, which resources actually are needed? Because now you mentioned that if there is no project team in the bank, so which resources, which time, and actually how many people should be involved during the implementation, probably after, to make it happen first and be successful second.
Well, I can relate your question, with something you said at the very beginning and the introduction part of this webinar. You mentioned that there are many factors that need to be included in this process. Management, first of all, decision, then management, employees, and technology. That four factors needs to be completely like integrated in order to get the real solution. So resources we need are adequate project team on the bank side, adequate hardware resources. That is like it's the I don't know, the lowest effort we put to that hardware components, but people are the most valuable resources who have to be who need to conduct all these. So we need a good project team, we need also resources, as I said, and of course we need to discuss it further with need to have workshops with bank, need to see how you work, and to make your business procedures more efficient if they're set up well at the very beginning. So human resources are maybe the most important resource we need.
Yeah.
Everything else is easily yes.
Easier, probably. Yes. We had another statistics which we discussed this year, is that every second implementation of the CRM in the region is not successful or not meeting the primarily expectations. And mainly this is what we actually discuss, it this the strategy level and the culture, so making people accept these changes, and only after that goes the technology itself, right? Next question. Around 4,000 CRMs solutions are now available on the market. How to choose the right one?
That's the maybe the hardest question regarding considering the decision of implementing a CRM solution, regardless of it is Logate CRM or any other CRM solution available on the market. But what is to be considered when making such a decision is that solution needs to fit in your bank. Don't make your bank fit into the solution. If you have your business processes set up well at the beginning, if you're doing a good job now, but that job needs to be more efficient, needs to be more digitalized or whatever, those basics are well set at the beginning. So find a CRM solution that fits your needs regarding digitalization, regarding that centralized communication with client, regarding all the details relevant for your business. Also, what is very important is when it comes to implementation of that kind of solution, yes, don't make some big bang implementation. Make it partial. First, satisfy the needs of the most, I don't know, of the department in the bank that is in the biggest problem right now. If it is like sales, you don't have well organized sales department, please put your resources in resolving their problems and then move to another department, and like make those small steps in order to achieve success. I can compare that one with like going to the gym. Small steps, but rapid small steps, and you see the progress at the end of the process. So that would be some main thing to consider about when talking about CRM solutions. And also, what I would like to say from our perspective, for example, what we point out as some main selling point, but also is to be considered. I want to repeat it again, regardless of that, if you're choosing Logate CRM or you are considering any other CRM solution, please be sure that your solution vendor is like developer of that solution, not some kind of reseller. Make sure that you get the real support from your vendor. Make sure that you get some always available additional development from your solution vendor. Make your solution vendor your digital partner once the solution is implemented. So it's a long-term cooperation, and that cooperation brings better benefits if you consider your vendor as your partner. So those would be some main reasons, some main factors which need to be taken into account when considering the decision, not only for CRM solution, just to be precise, but for every other software solution that needs to fit in your bank.
And do you deploy on premises, or this is cloud solution?
We deploy both on-premise or in cloud. That depends on bank strategy. Or, for example, in Montenegro, all the banks, because of some laws, all the implementations were on-premise, but we do in cloud. Also, when talking about on-premise, some version of on-premise can also be some multi-tenant implementation that is useful for banking groups in order to have centralized reporting, in order to have centralized data transfer from bank to bank within the group. And of course, there is also a possibility of implementing some hybrid model. Yes, partially on-premise, partially in cloud, since all of our modules can live separately, like own solutions. Just they share that initial integration, and they share the same 360 client view.
We have a question from Ira. Thank you for a question. That question regarding the process of the migration of the customer to the CRM application. How much clients can be migrated? Is this application supportable?
Well, there are no limits regarding a number of clients. Cases in the banks we collaborate with are that there are many clients, many processes, many different status of processes are being migrated, and that is done within the solution implementation. We only need to organize initial workshops in order to define which of what data, what clients, what activities regarding particular clients make sense to be migrated to the new solution. And this is completely application supportable. And of course, thank you, Ira, for this question. We also are at your disposal to organize a detailed to provide you with more details regarding this on some additional meeting or something like that, or just to share our experience regarding migration of big data. We are talking about not only we are not only experienced in migrating data for CRM purposes, but also we have many implementations behind us for these solutions for telecoms. So we have a great experience when it comes to a painless migration of all data to a new solution.
Okay. And to wrap up today's webinar, the last question to you, Jevrosima. What are your newest plans on the developments of your CRM?
We soon will release our client onboarding module. It's in phase of final testing. Of course, it will be also supported by additional tools we created in order to enable digital onboardings. So we use our video calls functionality, our electronic signature functionality, in order to provide that module to be like fancy one. Also, we are in the process of final development for our new marketing module, which is a centralized place for managing marketing campaigns through various communication channels. So those are two main modules which are to be available until the end of the first quarter of the next year. But also, we always build around our 360 client view. So we prepare some great surprise for fintech market now.
Okay. Thank you very much. We will be closing the webinar. Our time has run up. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for your very active participation. Thank you very much, Jevrosima, for your contribution today. Thank you.
And thank all attendees for watching. Thank you.
Thank you very much. See you next time.
See you. Bye.